Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Magic with Zuby. My name is Zuby, and if you're brand new to this show, the show's all about a little one-on card game called Magic the Gathering. So on today's episode, we brought on none other than JD, who is a Twitch streamer who primarily plays Magic Arena, but does play some EDH. We've tried to get him on the stream to play some EDH, but the first time we did, we had a little bit of issues there, but we are going to be trying again. So we interviewed him and brought him on and had a great time talking with him about pretty much anything and everything Magic related or otherwise. And before we get into that interview, let's get some announcements out of the way. This podcast can be found on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and Spotify. And you can support us by checking out the show's Patreon at patreon.com/magicwithzuby. And you can reach out to me via Twitter at magicwithzuby, on Instagram at magic_with_zuby. And you can email me with any questions you may have at mtgzuby@gmail.com. And here are two quick little ads, and we will get on with the interview.
Well, hey there, Zoe. Why the long face there, chum?
I just want to order some magic cards, but the shipping was too expensive.
Too expensive? Well, did you know if you go to legitmtg.com, you can order any magic cards, and anything over $2 or more has free shipping?
Wow, free shipping's at legitmtg.com. That's amazing.
You heard that right, Zoe. Free shipping at legitmtg.com with any order over $2 or more. Be sure to visit today and get the best deal on Magic singles and Magic sealed product available.
Wow, that's amazing.
And that is how you beat the latest standard meta with Abzan.
Ugh, it feels like there's no Magic content out there for someone like me. Someone who doesn't want to be competitive. Someone who is...
Who is... a normie?
Yeah, exactly! A normie!
Well, have I got the show for you, the all-new Magic for Normies show.
Hi, I'm Pixie.
And I'm Zuby.
Together, we host the all-new
Magic for Normies.
It is the Magic the Gathering show for all your normie needs. We don't care what deck got into the top 8 or what deck is winning. We care about having fun playing Magic.
That's right, Pixie. You can watch us on Pixie's Twitch channel at twitch.tv/PixieKittenPlays and catch the VOD on our YouTube channel, Pixie Kitten Plays. If audio is your thing, you can find episodes on the Magic with Zuby RSS feed.
Magic for Normies.
All right, so here we are live. Well, we're not really live; it's recorded. Here with JD. He is a he is a Magic Arena streamer. You've been streaming for how long now?
Oh, it feels like forever. I think on this new account, I've been streaming on it for about 4 years. I used to do a team thing. We did a 24-hour stream where it was several people and they logged onto the channel and they streamed. Yeah. It was like me, Jamie Topples, Ely Cassis was on the team. Kane Daly. It was a pretty big team of just streamers and Magic players. Yeah.
So I brought you on the show today to really discuss about who you are and introduce you to my community and all that stuff. And I was actually introduced to you from Pixie Kitten.
Yeah, Pixie's awesome.
Yeah, she's great.
Shout out to Pixie.
Yeah. She gets enough shout outs on my shows here. She's
this is the first time for me to be on your show, so I'm gonna shout out to Pixie.
No.
My early access graphic for me. She's awesome.
Oh no! Oh yeah. I love her. She's I've known her, God, for I think pretty much since she started doing Magic content creation and all that. She was on our defunct 10th Street Hooligans podcast show, and now we're doing Magic for Normies.
Okay.
And she's just a great person. So yeah, she introduced me to you, and I will be honest. Since there's like so many Magic content creators out there nowadays, I have like no idea who's who anymore.
Oh yeah, I can't keep up either.
With just the amount of Magic Arena streamers. So when usually if she tells me to check someone out, I have most of the time it's going to be, okay, this is someone worth checking out then. Because I'll just be honest there. There's a lot of arena streamers, a lot of YouTubers out there that are just, let's just put it fucking boring. All right.
Yeah. or they do it for like 2 months and then they're gone. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The pandemic definitely brought a lot of streamers to
Oh yeah.
the platform.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
So
also the MPL prior to that, and
the MPL, what's that? I don't even know what
Well,
that is anymore. No, I know what it is. It's
Yeah.
it's like
League streamers.
no, it's more like it, as far as Magic competitive play is. Who the fuck even know what's going on with it anymore?
Yeah, I don't know who the rival people are anymore. I don't know who's. I can't keep up. I just
Yeah.
I just play and have fun. And most of the time, I used to travel to like SCG events and GPs, and because I've been playing Magic now since '96.
Oh, that's the same year I started too.
Yeah, Ice Age for the win.
Urza Saga for me.
Okay, yeah, Urza Saga. So I say Ice Age, although Ice Age came out like '90, but prior to that.
Yeah.
Because my mom's boss is who like handed me my first set of Magic cards, so I was playing with like his like beta and alpha cards, and it was me,
nice.
him, his daughter, and so Ice Age is really where I bought my first pack. So that's why I say Ice Age, because I remember going to like the store next to the school, and that's where I bought my first pack. And then Homelands. Well, I don't know what was wrong with me buying Homelands packs, but
the store that I went and bought Magic cards at, they only had Urza Saga, and that was it. They didn't have anything else, and it was a sports card shop, so they had one small little display for Magic, and that was it.
Well, you got to buy the best set of Magic. I think Urza Saga is the best block of Magic. It's the most broken degenerate block, and that's my kind of Magic. So I want to do non-fun things to my opponent.
Yeah, I've come to learn that I'm definitely. So, are you consider yourself a blue mage?
I would consider myself a combo mage.
Combo mage, okay.
I like being able to do control things, but I want to combo kill you. In some regards,
Understandable.
So I'm a huge Twin fan, and since we don't have Twin anymore, I started playing Urza in Modern, and now we don't have Astrolove, so I'm just kind of like.
Well, you've got Conspicuous Snoop now. Is it not that good in Modern?
Sorry, I just threw up a little bit. It's just like sorcery speed combos. Like,
yeah.
See, the thing with Urza is like it's pseudo sorcery speed, but you just sit there and you protect it with like the Sanctuary Loop, and you're just like, okay, now I'm ready to kill you.
Are you still playing any Modern or Legacy right now, or?
Well, right now I have not been to my LGS in like 2 months. I popped in to say hi, but I have a 6-year-old who has pretty bad asthma, so we have to do whatever we can to stay away from the sick people.
From life out there.
Yeah. Remember I told you my present game?
Oh, is that for tomorrow's EDH game?
Well, so I don't know which deck I want to play tomorrow. So I don't know what power level we're playing tomorrow. So I don't want to bring out Urza to the party if everyone's gonna be playing like tier like 3-ish decks. Like I don't want to play against the 4 or 5 powers. I have 4 or 5 power decks. Like Keenan is pretty underwhelming the way it's built, and so it's like a couple of my other decks. But Nylea is more of I would say it's like a 7-8.
Yeah.
And Urza is definitely like Urza.
Well, I know since we're having Pixie coming on, she doesn't have a lot of strong decks or anything like that.
Okay.
But don't let her fool you, though. She she'll play I'm my deck isn't that strong. My deck isn't that strong, and then bam, come out of nowhere.
Yeah. They're like, I'm just sitting here, and then, wait, did I just? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to mill everyone. Sorry. Oops.
Or when she plays Corvold and has like a 30-30 swinging at you, and you're just like, I can't stop this.
So, I'm a huge Soul Flare fan. It's like my pet card.
Yeah.
And they actually just gave us a commander that literally says Soul Flare on it. The Catherall.
Oh, Catherall, yes.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, I love that deck. I love playing that deck.
So I started to build him for fun, and right now it's not going to have any like demonic tutors or any of that.
Yeah.
Like, non-fun jazz. It's just going to be, I want to do Soul Flare things without doing soul flare things.
Yeah, I that was I have all the precons, and I upgraded that precon a little bit. I didn't like make it too broken. I didn't put any tutors or anything. I think I put in some more card draw, but that was about it. I try my best not to put tutors into most decks unless it's one of those decks that kind of needs it for a specific reason. So I like my decks now that I've been streaming EDH more. When I first started streaming, I realized all my decks were a little bit way too degenerate. So I've had to.
Is there such a thing? that can't exist, right?
Yes, there is. So I've had to slowly learn the past couple months to power down my decks, and they're still fun though. It's still fun.
Yeah, our play group that I normally play with up in Oswego, we have a rule. We sit down, we're saying what level are we playing?
Yeah.
Because we have a spread of decks, but me personally, I like combo. So all my decks have a combo in it regardless. But the difference is it might be where my one deck is like 2-card combo, where my not so powerful deck would be like a 6-card shenanigan combo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like building up combos like that sometimes where it's really hard to pull off, but if you pull it off, the whole board's going to be like, what the fuck did you just do?
Flooded tears into omniscience.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, God. Oh, man. One of my favorite... I don't have this combo in my Psy Master Thopterus deck, but I used to have the Crack Clan Ironworks combo in it. But I built it where you had to have like 4 pieces of the combo to even get it off.
Oh, okay.
So it was really bad, and I had no tutors or anything. But if I managed to get that combo off, then you did something wrong by not killing me quick enough.
That's funny. Urza may have that combo in it with like Mirror Retriever and Scrap Trawler and Diver and
Now, I took it out of my side deck, and now I just pretty much retooled side to just be Thopter Tribal, and it's still stupid strong, too, because
awesome.
you get the, what does it, make all artifacts indestructible, then you get Padim, where you make all artifacts hexproof, and pump them all up a crap ton of times and swing. It's great. So, with you... So is it you just do Twitch right now? Do you have a YouTube channel or anything, or?
I had a YouTube channel, but like I'm not a good video editor, so
that's why I do podcasts.
Yeah, I really don't have time to sit there and chop up videos, and I have a 6-year-old, and I'm like teacher during the day, streamer, and my work stuff, and it's just like
it's a lot. It's a lot to handle.
It's a lot to keep up on these days.
So I've been noticing you've been streaming a crap ton lately. It's like ever since Pixie introduced me to you a couple months ago, I don't remember when exactly, I just noticed you go on like crazy amounts of streams for long times and all that. And it's, how do you find the energy to do that?
So I have bipolar. So like being awake is just part of my normal, you know what I mean? So like my engine's kind of always going. I just enjoy playing Magic. I enjoy doing silly brews and having fun and seeing people also do silly brews and enjoying just like figuring out things.
Yeah the I mean I'm kind of right there with you. The problem that I just talked about this in my last episode that I've been noticing is, as much as I love Magic Arena, I'm noticing there's certain times it kind of makes me hate Magic the Gathering because it's not the same. Like when I'm playing EDH, with people in my Discord community and all that, it reminds me of the love of Magic since I can't go to my LGS right now and, play. And I feel like that's what is totally missing from Arena is just that physical interaction.
Yeah. It also feels dumbed down sometimes, if that makes sense. Like, it's like you're playing the game, but it's not, like you don't have to keep track of your life total. You don't have to keep track of certain things, and you get lazy. I've caught myself getting a little lazy with certain things. I'm just like, that should have probably not happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I was just Before this call here, I was just playing a game with of EDH game with Tap That MTG, two lovely ladies up in Canada, and I was playing my Monk Tribal deck with all these prowess triggers and all that, and it's all these. Just like you said, it makes you lazy. You're having to remember, I'm playing 2-3 different non-creature spells. I have to remember all these prowess triggers on top of Jeskai Ascendancy, on top of drawing cards, discarding cards, and yeah, Magic Arena does really make you lazy sometimes.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I just have to click through. I don't really have to sit there and be like, if I don't do this right now, something bad's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or have to remember crazy stack interactions and all that. Yeah.
Sometimes it does mess you up though, the ordering. Because I remember I went to an event after grinding. I've been grinding I make Mythic almost every season. Like this season, I'm kind of just like meh. I really don't care to, but I'm gonna accidentally make Mythic. So I used to be like, all right, we gotta make Mythic. We gotta stay Mythic, and there was one season where I just sat off and didn't do it, but every other season what we normally do, it's really funny. I'll go to number 30 with I don't know 4 days left, right?
Yeah.
And my friends will be like, "Why are you still playing?" And I'll be like, "Because I don't care. I'm having fun. Who cares if I drop the 92% or whatever? You know, I just enjoy playing the game, and people forget that that's why we play the game because it's fun. Sometimes I want to throw my computer across the stream when when we get stuck on 2 lands in our 26 land deck.
Or the opposite of that, getting flooded when you only have a 20 land deck, right? It's that's always the worst. But yeah, so you've been streaming, like I said, your streaming has been getting just a lot of hours there. But it's cool. I see the community, I'm part of your Discord channel. I see the community you've cultivated. It seems like it's a good group of people you've got, and it seems like you're doing something right because people are watching you, and you've got a whole bunch of people. I see that you also do some sort of little brawl tournaments or something, or
yeah. So we do. So I like to make sure that everyone, my subs and people who donate and people who support the channel, I literally put 99.9% back of whatever's given to me back, not even into things for the stream, playing wise, but actual tangible things to my community, because for me, I want to make sure everyone's having fun and everyone can get to play the game, Mm-hmm. I'm just myself. I tell people all the time, you probably think I'm weird, you probably think I'm crazy because you don't understand me. I've been like this my whole life, I'm one of those people, if you're walking down the street and you're like, dude, I need something to drink, I'm gonna go buy you a drink. I don't even need to know who you are. If you tell me you're thirsty and I can afford to buy you a drink, I'm gonna buy you a drink. I've been taught to always say hi to everyone, make sure everyone's okay, because you never know when saying hi to someone can change their entire day,
Mm-hmm.
And that's how my community is pretty open. I try to help all the other streamers in my group get set up, get established, because that's what it is. It's what it's about. It's not about, a lot of people focus on themselves, and yeah. I have a weird backward way of thinking when it comes to that kind of stuff, because I'm not I don't care about the fame. I don't care about the glory. I just care about people being like, hey, he's a good guy. And I want, when I'm not here anymore, for my son to be like, oh, yeah, my dad was a good dude, and my dad's my hero, so I want to be his hero. And that's why I am the way I am, and that's why I approach things the way I do,
No, it's a good outlook to have, because it's, especially doing kind of content creation, especially stuff like this, it gets so easy to get wrapped up in the competition of things and mm-hmm. try to get bigger and better than everybody else, where you forget, just like you said, helping someone who's just starting off streaming, has no idea what to do, and you sit through them, help them out, and they're going to remember that, forever, and appreciate for what you've done, taking time out of your day and to me, it's I try to do the same for people when it comes to podcasts too.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's what it should be. I tell people all the time, they're like, "Oh, are you worried about people getting bigger than you?" I was like, I don't care. I want my friends and community to get bigger than me. All I want to hear is all that it matters to me is that they go, "Hey, JD, thank you." That's all that matters to me. Like that mutual respect. That hey, JD helped me do this, you know, and sometimes
and it's a tough mindset to think like that too. You know?
because a lot of people aren't accustomed to it. I have to say it must be an American thing because I wasn't born in the U.S.
Okay.
and I'm from a culture where like you go to your neighbor's house, you know, you come home from school, no one's home, you can go to your neighbor's house, sit there, watch TV, have dinner with them, and then go home, you know, and that's how it's always been for me. So like that's transpired with me. Hi, Jaden. My son just walked by.
That's all right.
You want me to show him the goodies? All right, you can bring me the goodies because Zuby is a commander player.
Uh-oh.
So I got a.
Ooh, the mutate one.
So I got all 5, and then all the brawl decks from the set, like the Corvold and whatnot.
Hi.
This is Jaden. So, because I try to do, like I said, I try to do a monthly community tournament every week.
Ooh,
every
a
month.
Layla.
But we can you put these back for me, buddy? But I canceled it because it actually was gonna land on August 1st, which is the same weekend as the arena.
Oh,
arena
that.
tournament.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, the best of 1, then best of 3, and I know a couple of people are gonna be a little. Hey, Jaden. Hold on a second.
No, that's all right. That's all right. No, he's a cute little kid. He's in case you're not watching this but you're listening, his son looks like he's just piling on JD's desk full of Commander and Brawl decks, and it's rather cute. Just seems like he's got quite a big pile of them. So apologies for the interruption here. It happens when you have kids like this, especially as young as they are. They will interrupt everything, no matter what happens. So,
He's such a riot. I'm like, go get your mommy, please. He's like, why? I'm like, go get your mommy, please. So the box has a bunch of like dragon shields and a bunch of stuff. So it's like 5 brawl decks, 10 sets of dragon shields, and all the brawl decks for this season. So he's just
nice.
like, Daddy, show him this. Daddy, show him this. I'm like, Jaden, relax.
Does he play Magic too?
He's not ready to play yet. It's funny because he'll like sit down with me. He's like, Daddy, click the store. You can get something from the store. So he sees the orange pip and he like knows that like I have packs. And he'll be like, let's open a pack. I'm like, and he has this thing where he's like, that's a legendary. So any card that's a legendary.
That's great.
I'm not gonna teach him until he's about 7.
No, that sounds like a good age there, about 7 years old.
Can you keep him for a second while I'm talking to Zuby and doing this podcast?
Oh, this is cute. No, so sorry everybody. It's it's all right. We'll leave this in the final version too, because you know what, kids are cute and life happens. We can't keep it all perfect. One day I won't get my own podcast studio where I can fly people out. That won't happen because it'll never get this big. But hey, it'd be awesome. Be a dream.
My wife is so funny. She's like, I'm getting them. You're going. What are you doing? Like, remember when I told you I'm doing a podcast with Zuby at 8 o'clock? And she's just like, okay. Married life.
It happens. It happens. It's my girls are much older, so it's usually now during this whole pandemic. It used to be a lot easier when school was going on, because I'd send them to bed at 8, 9 o'clock, and they'd stay in their rooms and all that. But now, since they're they're a lot older. They're 11 and 17, so it's a little bit easier to control.
Yeah.
But now they go to bed whenever, and it's yeah.
Yeah, he's like me. He's a social butterfly. He wants to talk to everyone. So
yep.
I try not to take that away from him. Let him talk to everyone and say hi. but he has to understand
Boundaries and all
boundaries.
that. Yeah.
And being a teacher and a dad, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world, though. You know, he keeps me humble, to say the least.
No, that's good. That's good. No, but I was saying I think 7 is a good age to start doing Magic, because when let's see, both my girls know how to play. They aren't that big fans of Magic though, but it was a really good tool for my younger to do like basic addition and subtraction with her, like doing like very basic decks. But the game that they love playing even more with me besides Magic is D&D, because their imaginations just run rampant, run wild with it.
Yeah, my team, they got me the intro book to read for D&D, like one of the books. I haven't read it yet. Don't tell them.
You should read it.
I don't have the time.
That's okay. Just read it right before you go to bed.
Oh, all right. I'll read it at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I go to bed at like 4 and like wake up at like 7:30.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
and here I am thinking my sleep schedule's off, because I've been going to bed lately at like 1 or 2 and waking up at 6.
Yeah, my schedule's kind of crazy. I get most of my sleep on like Saturday and Sunday, so my body, that's just how my body's always been, like Saturday and Sunday are my catch-up days. It's not the healthiest sleeping pattern for most people, but it's just how my brain chemistry and my body is.
That's a bit crazy. Everything okay going on over there?
Yeah, can you hear him in the background?
Yeah.
He's like, Daddy. Mom and my wife is like, Jaden, leave Daddy alone. he just wants to come back over and say hi.
Oh no!
I'll let him come say hi one more time. Come here.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
All right.
It's
come
cute.
Here.
It's cute.
Tell you, the thing I want to tell you is, why is there soil?
Why is there soil? Because we planted the onions. We're gonna plant the onions and the peppers.
Also the flowers.
And
too.
the flowers.
Mommy got flowers.
Mommy got flowers. So we're gonna say hi to Zuby,
Okay.
and then
Hi.
I'm gonna come hang out with you. Okay?
Okay.
You wanna wave?
Hi. You are a good Fortnite player. I watched you one time.
Yeah, he said he watched you playing Fortnite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mommy wants me to turn Mommy on.
All right, go ahead, go with Mama.
Oh, it's funny. I miss them when they were that young. I do, but I don't at the same time.
It's so funny because he's always like this. He's always just like, "What are you doing, Daddy?" He's curious, you know.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Curiosity is good, you know. It shows intelligence. So I'm glad to see that he's curious and always kind of want to see what's going on.
No, that's good. That's good. It seems like you're, just doing your best, trying to raise them and all that. That's all anyone can ask.
That's all we can do is try our best, you know.
Yeah. And then, of course, now you hear my cat in the back.
I hear your little ones in the background.
No,
they probably heard Jaden.
That's my cat right now.
Oh, that's your cat?
Yeah. Yeah. No. These it's one of my cats, and she
I can tell.
Yeah, she's I love her, but I hate her at the same time.
Aw. We had a cat a long time ago when Jaden was much younger, and I can recognize that whiny kind of like the heat meow.
Oh yeah. It's
She's probably doing the roll in the back thing.
Yeah, it's just we've been hesitant to take her out because of COVID and all that, and just going to vets. So you're up in New York.
Yep.
And so how was? The pandemic was pretty bad there a couple months ago. Has it been getting better up there?
So I'm in upstate New York.
Oh, so you're not anywhere near the city or anything.
No.
So you're lucky.
It takes about 5 hours to get to the city from where we are. I grew up in the city when I moved to the U.S. and there's a lot of cases down there, but that's what happens when you're in a metropolis. You know what I mean? People ride the train, people ride the buses. Up here in central New York, most people just drive. So there's less public transportation interactions.
Yeah.
So people aren't relying on mass transit to get around as much. So
down here in Florida, we're burning. It's like 10,000 cases a day.
Yeah, I heard you guys are reclosing too, aren't? Texas just reclosed.
Yeah, the only thing that I heard got closed, unless something changed within the past couple days, was I think last month or a couple weeks ago they stopped serving alcohol in bars, and now it's who the hell knows. Like they pushed school back until the end of August now. We're not putting both our girls in school this year. We're putting them on the virtual online school, whatever the state's doing. So get this. So my wife was listening to the county school board meeting this morning, and so they are requiring masks for like all the kids to come into school, which that's good. Mm-hmm. But it's like they're barely punishing people for not having their kids wear a mask or anything, but I guess their hands are kind of tied for what can they actually do if their kids don't wear a mask, you know?
There's probably legal, like...
there's
like
a whole bunch of legal stuff.
HIPAA or HERPA laws are really weird, like when it comes to, like, school and education and hospitals. There's a lot of weird little red tape stuff that can get strange.
But it's just scary because I have a feeling as soon as one of these schools get their first COVID case next month, they're going to shut it all down. And it's like, I'd rather keep my kids safe and keep them home. And geez, it's bad enough because I work in healthcare for my day job. And luckily I work from home. I don't have to go in any hospitals or anything. But I'm still dreading the day that I have to go to a hospital for something just to even visit real quick. I feel like even wearing a mask isn't going to be enough.
Yeah, no, it's a scary thing, We avoid outside like the plague. But just the camera's on. Oh, okay. So she's walking by. I just have to make her aware the camera's on because
I have to do the same for my wife too, especially when I'm streaming. Like you can't walk over here.
Yeah, normally it's Jaden. My son's always like he's running around the house with no shirt on. He's just like, "Daddy!" Like, no, stop, stop! You're gonna get Daddy in lots of trouble.
It gets very awkward when you have daughters. That's all I'm gonna say.
There.
It's do you only have the one son?
Yep. 1 6-year-old, but it feels like I have 12 10-year-olds.
Yeah, it's I've always wanted a son and all that. Like I love my daughters, don't get me wrong. I love them and all that, but there's part of you kind of wishes you had a son or something, pass on the family name and all that stuff, but it's after having my youngest, I'm done.
She can just keep her last name. She could be like, "Hey, when we get married, we're keeping my last name."
She probably would be like that because she's so headstrong, like me. Like, no,
nah, that's my name.
Yeah, she's a firecracker. That's the one I'm gonna have to watch out for. I thought my oldest daughter was gonna be one we're gonna have to watch out for, like during the rough teenage years. Now it's my youngest. She'll be the one who rough and tumbles and punch someone if you if you get her mad. And it's like we gotta tell her like just stop, don't immediately just get angry like that.
Kids will be kids,
Yeah. And no, I love it though. So yeah, Florida's burning down here. This whole year has just been crazy. Like Pixie and I have been talking. We were both supposed to travel. Like we were supposed to go to Vegas next month, and I was supposed to go to Oregon last month too. And just it's crazy. I really hope they do some sort of Vegas thing next year because I was planning to do that, meet my community there, and
yeah, like the TwitchCon. I was gonna sign up for it, but then someone was like, "Oh, it's too late," and I was like, "Oh, that sucks." And then they're like, "Yeah, but everything else is canceled anyway," and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
okay.
It's kind of no point anyway.
Yeah, I'm hoping that when it does ease up, maybe what we can do instead of even doing a TwitchCon is like all the streamers that we all talk together, we can all just like figure it out, get a hotel, and just like kind of all like meet up somewhere or do a little like tour or something.
That'd be cool. That'd be fun. And like do your own little thing, and
Yeah.
like that could be fun. Rent a little conference room or something, and something. I don't know, but yeah, it's been a crazy year for a lot of people. It's I have to count my blessings that you know we're still healthy, still got my job, still got a roof over my head, and it's just a lot of craziness. And what's frustrating me is so the past, I think I'm going on week 2 now. I've decided to delete all social media off my phone except Discord, because I just noticed I was getting too addicted to like Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit, and just getting all hyped up and depressed because of all the stupid bullshit that's going on. And
Yeah, I don't read most of the people's, like, once I skim through and it's something like negative, I'm just like, nope, keep on trucking downwards. I just try to stay away from the negativity.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I deleted it off my phone, because I'm like, nope, I don't need it, because I have that addictive personality. I know that if I have it on my phone, I'll just be on it over and over again. So and it's gotten better for me, but every time I still go on Twitter on my my desktop and all that, just now there are valid things people complain about online, especially when it comes to Magic and D&D. I understand that, but some of the dumb shit that you see the Magic Twitter community complaining about, it's
I
like,
mean, a lot of the dumb shit.
yeah, like
Ugh.
95, like probably 98% of it.
Like, oh, my jumpstart stuff didn't come yet. Do you realize they just printed everything because of a pandemic? Like,
Well,
people
it's not just that, but just the little infighting and click fighting and just over dumb little stuff. It's I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of it.
Yep.
I'm just
I just wish everyone would just like go back to just like understanding that we're people and the game is fun and we're all supposed to be like hanging out, enjoying what we do, instead of just complaining about everything. It's like, oh my god, we're getting too many sets, we're getting too little sets. This, I don't know. There's just always something. It just feels like everyone's trying to complain about something. And instead of looking at positives and trying to find positives, it seems like everyone's just trying to find negatives, And
that brings in more clicks. It brings in more likes on Twitter or likes on YouTube and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not one of those, like, I tell my community and I tell my friends all the time, like, when people are like, oh, they're doing this for clout and stuff, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to be me regardless. If being me means people don't, like, want to, like, watch my stream, sorry. I'd rather be a real person than a fake person, So, like, it's like some of my tweets sometimes I'll put up, I'll be like, yeah, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and you'll see, you can kind of see like when I'm having a bad day, because I'll be like, you see my mood change in my writing, because it just happens,
Mm-hmm.
I don't filter myself, and I don't filter my community, and I don't think people should filter each other. When you're angry, say, hey, I'm angry, and then allow the person to be like, why are you angry? Communication is what we're missing these days. It used to be like, you had a problem with someone, you tell that person you had a problem, you guys or girls or whoever, you talk it out. But now it's just like, oh, this person said this, blah 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 blah, you're terrible. There's no communication. It's like the lack of respect there is just gone.
Well, and it's a lot easy to do that when it's all online too, and just over text. And you can't tell tone from text, and you can't tell meaning sometimes. And
yeah, like the nonverbal cues are not there. The verbal cues aren't there, but you can simply say, hey, did you mean this? Are you upset? We have words for a reason. Like, you're angry, put a bunch of exclamation marks,
Yeah.
Put a question mark. Use punctuation. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We live in weird times.
We really do. Like, with the advent of social media, it's not only is it a good thing that we're connected throughout the world more than ever as a species. We've never been connected like this before. Like, without social media, you and I would not be talking right now. Without technology, I'd have no idea who you are right now. You know, I'd still be down here in Florida praying not to die from the pandemic.
Or
But
alligators, one of the two.
alligators, you don't have to worry about them. They're harmless.
They taste good.
Oh yes, they do. They really do taste good. But
I apologize if there's any vegetarians watching, but I eat meat and I like meat. Meat's good for the soul. That's all I have to say.
yeah, but it's out. Well, you're eating a dinosaur, so I mean, there's plenty of them. Trust me, there are plenty of alligators down here. There's
Let's not eat the dinosaurs. My poor
There-
Regisaur. My poor Regisaur Alpha.
actually what's funny is down in the Everglades, we have a python problem down in the Everglades right now, where you can make money going to hunt pythons out in the Everglades because they are a invasive species to that climate.
Did
Oh,
you
is it-
say you're gonna eat me?
Ziltapa.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know, let's be serious for a second. Could you kill and eat Ziltapa? He's indestructible, but does that mean you can't like chop off something? Like, can you take a sword and like chop off his leg or something? Have like a drumstick?
Well, he can be exiled, so maybe you have to send him to a parallel universe where
Well,
where death is the same thing as living. I don't know.
so if we compare it to like D&D terms, so when you exile something, it seems like it goes to another plane of existence,
Exactly.
right?
The plane
So
of existence will be my stomach.
so
I will banish you to the stomach universe.
you know, that's what I should have asked Gavin when I had him on the podcast was like, so if can you chop a limb off a indestructible creature and like eat its meat, or does it, or you just can't? These are the real questions we need to know.
Facts.
Yes. And
Now I kind of want some Ziltapa meat.
what kind of meat do you think he'd be? I mean, well, first of all,
He's definitely it's an elder dinosaur, but it kind of looks like a giant chicken. If you actually look at the art, it looks like a giant chicken.
I mean, well, he's also like Godzilla size, isn't he? In that art,
he is,
or like Rodan size.
he's like towering over mountains, so definitely bigger than Godzilla.
So maybe you could just cut off a toe and you could feed a whole family or something, or a claw, and a claw would just be all
Bone and
bone,
cartilage.
yeah, cartilage and all that. So yeah, I don't know. That's
We're on the eating Ziltapa right now.
well, actually, wait, no, you could kill and eat Ziltapa by giving it poison and infect, giving it neg 1 counters.
But then wouldn't that also kill us because it's contaminated meat?
Oh shit.
Then won't we get Ziltapa virus from that or something? Like, are you trying to create new pandemics?
Probably. Well, no, if you just give him regular neg 1 counters, he wouldn't be poisoned at that point. So you could do that. Like maybe cast a couple languishes on him and some grasp at darknesses, whatever the heck else gives, neg counters or whatever.
But the joke's on you. In this deck, I cannot get neg counters. My Ziltapa is protected.
From how?
There's this little card that says creatures cannot get negative one counters.
Talking about Thrun? Or
No.
what card is that?
It's a white card, one and a white.
Oh my god, I can't remember what card that is.
Was that where is it? It's in this. Is it in the add to? Oh, yep. It's in the add to stack. Here's the add to stack. Sorry, this is what I do when I get bored during the day. I start like brewing decks, and this is my new. See, this this card says, I can't.
Oh, that's from Amon. Oh, yes, the Amonkhet one. That's right. That was with the Devoted Druid combo.
Yeah, because I like infinite mana, and I told you I can't help not having combos in my deck. It's just like I just can't do it. Can't help it. I got a problem. I got a problem, Zuby. I got a
Well, you
problem.
know what? I challenge you to build a deck with no combos.
So my play group made me do that, and then I found accidental combos in my deck.
Well, that's okay because that's an accident. You're not purposely trying to do combos. And you can
But
just take out that combo.
But I normally don't, and then I end up with combos in the deck anyway.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
No, that's like because probably a good chunk of my EDH decks are control decks, counter spell, bounce, and all that. And so my buddy Marcel challenged me to build a non-control deck, and so my first deck I did was a mono red Torbran deck, where it wasn't control, it was just burn you extremely quickly.
Yep.
And so, like, if I don't win by turn 5 or turn 4, then I'm doing something wrong.
That's how Nylea turned out. I was like, I'll build Nylea. It'll be a nice, fair, balanced deck. And then I was like, turn 3 drummer deck. Oh crap! So we learned very quickly that green draws a lot of cards.
Yeah, it does. Green is better at drawing cards than blue lately.
Hold on a second. My wife looks
Okay.
like she's going to ask me a question.
Okay. Okay.
So, funny story for you. Funny story for you.
Yes.
My wife buys this pink phone charger so that I don't use it because we always steal each other's phone chargers, right?
Yeah.
So she comes in here and she's like, she has the devious look on her face and she's like, "Where's your phone charger?" I'm like, "I think over there." And she's like, "Okay, stealing it. Mine's in the car." Well, oh, but what is mine is hers, they say.
Yep. How long have you two been married?
We've been married 2 years now, but we've been together for 10.
Oh, nice.
3 years? How long have we been married? I'm getting yelled at.
Oh
right now.
no.
In 3 days, it'll be 3 years.
In 3 days.
Oh, wow,
It'll be 3 days.
congrats.
Our anniversary is coming up on July 23rd. Of,
Congratulations.
2020. See, I remembered. Yeah, I knew exactly. I already bought our anniversary gift.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like I took her for early sushi today for our anniversary.
That doesn't count. It's not
That
on
doesn't
the
count?
it's not on the anniversary day.
You should see the look I'm getting right now. She's like, "Don't make me come over there."
No, it's yeah, 10 years, that's a long time. I've been with my wife 14 years now. Going to be married 11 years this year.
Shout out to married life.
Yeah.
High five. Up
Yeah,
top.
high five. Boom.
Oh.
Boom. It's I don't know how she puts up with me, and I apologize almost every day.
Me likewise. Ditto. She'll be like, "You're so weird." I'm like, "I know." She's like, "But I love you."
Yeah.
I'm the weird one.
I'm like the prima donna one. I'm very difficult to live with. You can ask my wife, she'd be like I'm a very difficult person because I'm just so I get very set in my ways.
Oh, so you're stubborn.
Yeah, and what sucks is if you follow like zodiac signs, my wife and I were both Leos and all that, so we headbutt and we're both stubborn but
I thought Taurus were more likely to headbutt.
I mean, but lions.
Taurus, 'cause
Oh
they're
yeah.
Well, no, never mind. I told you I'm weird.
No,
Hold on, the wife has another question. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
it
Wife,
happens.
call it.
It happens. It's marriage.
So, my wife had the most not important question ever. So, apparently there was a praying mantis.
Well, it is kind of important because if I fall asleep and I wake up with a praying mantis on, we're in a problem.
Just pray to it. So, there's a praying mantis in our hallway, right?
That sounds awesome.
And she doesn't know where it is.
Oh.
So, she comes in, she's like, "Did you see the praying mantis?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Hold on. It's like, let me grab it out of my deck box for you." Oh, she left.
Yeah, it's I can't even remember the last time I even saw a praying mantis down here. We have so many lizards. I have to worry more about spiders more than anything. down here. It's I've got like all trees in my backyard from my neighbor's yard, and one summer they got infested with spiders. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, I was out there for a couple hours just having to spray down and kill spiders. And
You're
it was
making me itchy.
oh
I'm getting itchy.
oh you have no idea, man. It was I'm talking about all types of wolf spiders, black widows,
Iskandar chilling up there.
just
Iskandar.
oh yeah, just
Iskandar's hanging out in your tree.
some oh god I never like ever had like a big fear of spiders or anything, but ever since that day, just having to deal with so many of them getting in my face and all that, like I'm done with spiders like forever.
Do you know what I'm terrified of?
What?
Scares the living bejesus out of me? Birds.
Birds, really?
I hate birds. And they always like, I don't know if they can smell my fear or what, but like there was a time we went to, it was our anniversary, and we went to Atlantic City. And we're walking on the boardwalk, you know, just hanging out for no freaking reason. Seagull just right in the head. just for no reason.
What
Came
the
right in
hell?
head. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. But people don't understand that. I think they're all trying to kill me. They're plotting on me.
Oh my god, that reminds me of the time one Thanksgiving, we did Thanksgiving here at the house, and we had, thrown away the turkey that night, after cutting it all up and putting in just the rest of the body, whatever you call it. And I guess somehow a bird like opened our trash can or something, like a crow or whatever. And I kid you not, we heard like all this noise on our roof. We're like, what the hell's going on? We thought like maybe a tree fell or something. There's like 50 birds on our roof, like just attacking this turkey. And
They're like, this turkey dinner, bro.
it was scary because it was like a scene from The Birds, from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Terrifying. Did they
Like-
all take a nap? Then
Oh.
just had a bunch of sleep. They got the itis from the turkeys.
Oh, dude, I chased them off. Like I just got a hose and just started spraying them. Like, get out of here.
I would have just burnt the whole house down. Babe, we gotta go. There's like 20 crows on the roof. Let's just gotta go.
I'm sure the homeowner's insurance would understand. Be like, oh, there was birds? Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
There were birds.
yeah,
Big,
yeah.
Angry birds.
Yeah, totally. We'll cover that.
Yeah. See, I can do ducks. I like ducks because they have webbed feet. It's something about the beaks and the claws that freak me out.
Of ducks or...
Oh,
Oh, just birds. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only ever had one pet bird, and then my dad killed it, which was a little sad.
I'm not going to say the statement that I was going to say. Bird probably deserved it.
No, it was
Yeah.
a small little parakeet. It never did anything bad to anyone.
That's for you. What you know. It was probably plotting how to kill me.
It would have never have seen you.
You can't prove it. Your dad took care of that for me.
I don't think a parakeet could fly from Florida to New York. Probably.
It'll just stow away. It will just like chill in someone's car, hitchhike. I don't know.
Got to get after JD. Have you ever hit a bird with your car before?
I actually hit a bird like 3 weeks ago. I felt, although I don't like birds, I don't like, killing animals for no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was driving to the dentist, actually. It was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I had a dentist appointment. I have one tomorrow, actually. Ugh. But we were driving to the dentist appointment, and the bird just flew in front of the car. And I hit it, and I looked at my rearview, and I just see it rolling on the floor in the back, and I'm just like, so I call my wife, and I'm like, I hit a bird. And she's like, oh, can you check the car and make sure it's not damaged? I was like, but the bird. So.
Oh man, that's great.
I am terrified of birds, but I don't wish harm on,
Yeah.
If they stay away from me, I stay away from them. That's
Yeah.
our,
I had a bird crash into my car one time, like right on my windshield, and cracked my windshield. Like freaking beak first, and part of the beak was in the windshield and all that. I'm just like, holy shit.
Did you exchange insurance numbers with the bird?
With the bird?
Because, yeah.
Oh, God.
Window deductibles are no joke.
Oh, down here in Florida, windshields are free to replace with your insurance.
This is my angry face.
Yeah, it's literally you get no penalty on having to replace your windshield. I don't know why they do that. It's a state law or something.
Yeah, here we have glass and regular collision and whatnot. But it's its own deductible.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. I'd say come down here to Florida, but no, you don't want to. Florida.
You guys have hurricanes.
Yeah,
like-
I mean, they're not too bad. If it's
We love it here.
it's as long as it's not a category 3 or higher, it's usually just a really windy day. And it's an excuse to get drunk. So if you can't see the video, JD's just staring at me like, no.
Oh, look, my roof is gone. It's like, let's move to the Midwest. There's only tornadoes.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll take my snow. See?
Yeah,
like,
what's this snow? I don't know what that is down
yeah,
here.
it's this thing that when it's too cold and it rains and it sticks to the ground, you just stay inside. I'm just like, nope.
I like visiting snow. I would not want to live in snow, though.
How I feel about Florida.
Yeah, I kind of don't blame you. It's I mean, we have Florida Man here. We've got alligators. We've got
Whoa, time out. Florida Man?
yeah, Florida Man. You know that meme, right? Florida Man.
No, is it kind of like New Orleans where they have the Fleur de Lis? Is that like
No. Florida Man is so basically whenever anything crazy happens on the news, it's usually Florida Man, robs a baby and smokes meth or something. It's like it's the most insane shit. Or Florida Man eats someone's face off after eating bath salts.
only in Florida?
Yeah, it's everywhere. So you got to watch out for Florida Man, and that's like no joke. You got to watch out for crazy ass people here. I don't know where you've been in Florida, but so I'm sort of at the northern part of Central Florida where it's pretty
Like Pensacola area?
no, that's more north. That's the Panhandle. I'm in Central Florida, like right above
You said
Tampa.
Central.
Right above Tampa. So this would be more of the melting pot of Florida where there's, not just white country and all that. Not just the South. So it's a good melting pot of people here. But the further north you go in Florida, the more south it gets, where even someone like me, a freaking white boy, I've got to lock my car doors in certain neighborhoods because it's, we're talking like Deliverance level type scariness of rednecks around there. You ever see the movie Deliverance? All right, you've had to have seen the famous scene, the dueling banjos, where the little kid and the guy play banjos with each other.
Family
No.
Guy? Stewie?
Maybe it was in Family Guy. I don't know.
So
So Deliverance was a movie where a bunch of city slickers went to the mountains and basically got killed by some hillbillies up there.
it's a wrong turn.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like I said, we're so famous for having that giant Confederate flag down here. Just, but Central Florida is fine.
We've been to Miami and we've been to somewhere else. I can't remember where it was.
Miami is, oh god, it can be such a shithole depending on where you go.
Driving sucks.
Yes, it does.
We were down there for GP Miami a few years ago. That was more than a few years ago. My son was only like 1 or 2, so like at least 4 years ago. And then my wife tricked me to walk around the Miami Zoo. Have you been to the Miami Zoo?
No.
Don't let your wife trick you to going.
Why is it terrible? Or
it's like 5 miles long of walking.
Oh.
Don't.
Well, what time of year did you go?
It was the summer, and it was way too much walking.
Well, what month? It depends on what month.
We walked multiple miles. I don't walk multiple miles. I don't know.
Like August is the worst time of month down here in Florida.
I don't walk if I don't have to.
Yeah, it's I mean, Florida weather is pretty terrible altogether, but no, I mean, besides Florida Man, meth and alligators and
the whole state,
all the rednecks, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. and then you got people, especially during this whole pandemic, where they're refusing to wear their mask because they're my constitutional rights, and all the Trumpers around, and you're just like, I don't even know. I don't know. It's too crazy.
The world is a crazy place. That's all I can say about the world.
Yeah, it's I mean, I really gotta think that I'll be really curious as to what like my kids' history books will say about this time. Like give it 10, 20 years from now, like what the history books will say about this time of America. Because when you think about ever since 9/11, America has been pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be like they're gonna be in class. They're gonna be like, Miss Alexa, please tell us about 2020. Their class in 2020 there was the coronavirus
And the asteroid impacted on the Earth. Or something. Who the hell knows?
Who knows? Maybe we'll have Ugin show up.
Well, that'd be good, right? Because he's a good dragon.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, compared to Nicobolus.
Why are you hating on Nicobolus, though?
Nicobolus is like evil. He'd manipulate the whole... What if Trump is Nicobolus? Oh my gosh.
I think all presidents suck.
Pretty much.
The reason why... I have a weird view on politics because presidents only have so much power, and they're only in term for 4 to 8 years.
Yeah.
And whereas senators are literally, some of them have been there since the 60s. Think about that.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
In order for things to change, it has to be a complete structural change from the inside, from the bottom up. So,
and same with the Supreme Court, too, because you've got some judges that are... They're appointed a lifetime, and some judges just suck ass, too. Yep. And so it's... To me, the president is just more of a dog and pony show more than anything, just to appease the people. Yeah.
Scapegoat. They've always been somewhat scapegoats. And yeah, he says, like, I'm not a Trump person, but people don't realize, although he doesn't says a lot of stupid things, he doesn't says a lot of stupid things smartly, if that makes sense. From a way of wanting to create directed hate and directed thoughts, he's able to do that fairly well. And if he wasn't able to, he wouldn't be president right now. So the people who are writing his speeches and writing he might mess up some of his wording sometimes, but he's a very stupid smart person, if that makes sense.
His administration knows what they're doing to get his people to fall in line and all that. And what's crazy, this is what I find crazy. I talked about this on my last episode, that there are people in my family that have never been into politics before and all that, but there's something about Trump and his magnetism or his personality that he just sucks people in. And like, there's people in my family who are like diehard Trump fans who've never ever been into politics before, and just you're right, like the way he just it's crazy to me.
It's also part of that like mob mentality that so I have a thing when I talked about in Magic where people sheepishly follow things instead of trying to like figure it out themselves or play something themselves. Like, everyone's like, this deck's the best deck in the meta, I gotta play it. How about if these are the decks in the meta, why don't you try to circumvent and find something else to do to beat those decks?
Yeah.
But people would rather just play that deck, But it's just kind of like that. I relate the real world to Magic a lot because like it's been a huge part of my life for so long. And as I sit here staring at a goblin who's staring back at me. Because my arena's up, so it's like the cycling screen, and then I looked up and the goblin's just like,
is it the conspicuous Snoop one, or
it hasn't cycled back yet? It's the one with the bears at the bottom and then our dogs, and then it's the goblin at the top. I don't know who
okay
he has a sword and then there's a green and red arrow flying out.
I think that's just the jump start
that's the jump.
I can't remember what goblin that is, though. No, but I mean, you're right. It's just like you said, comparing it to Magic, just sheepishly following people, and it's easy to get sucked into that shit. Especially when you've only got maybe a few people telling you one thing and not have another perspective on things too, you know? And I don't know, man.
Do your own research, as they say, you know.
Yeah, but what happens when you try to do your own research and you don't know what's real or fake out there? That's what's
Uh,
tough nowadays.
yeah. Credible sources are hard to find these days.
It
You know,
really is.
because everyone has their bias. There's a lot of bias, and the best way to actually to go about finding unbiased news is actually watching like BBC and like those kinds of broadcasts.
Yeah.
Like foreign news, because they're just kind of giving you the news as it is, you know. But remember, news is a business too, you know. They they
They got to
they
make money.
they literally sell fear, because that's, you know, that's what gets people reading or paying attention, you know.
Yep. Yep. So I want to ask your opinion, shifting the topic here a little bit, about the protest, the Black Lives Matter protest. What are some of your thoughts on it? Have you participated in anything? Have you, or
I am in my house with my child and my family. I don't protest. I've never been a protester. I understand why people are protesting. I understand why people are mad. And I, like we talked about the other day, we did an open talk about race and problems in this country, and it stems from not just a black-white thing. It stems from just the country itself, our political structure, our people chasing money, where money controls everything. And that's a lot of the problems. It's not even just a black white thing. It's a country thing. There's just serious problems in this country where it comes to education. There's so many different systematic problems in this country, and it feeds more problems. And it becomes like a black white thing, and that's where the scapegoat is always like, all right, let's redirect to this problem. And then when that problem changes, they redirect to something else. But it just does this. It's just a circle. It's just a circle of the same problems, because the wheel's still doing this, still spinning. And it has a lot to do with the same old money and old powers that are still sitting in Senate, still sitting in places of power, have not changed. And a lot of the opportunities for other demographics don't exist, you know. And it sucks, but that's what this country has always been. The rich get rich, the poor get poor. They don't call. Name the classes.
oh, you mean like the upper class, lower class, middle class?
And what do they refer to the middle and low and low class as?
What do you mean? Like poor or?
The working class.
Oh, the working class. Okay.
Because they work to keep the rich and powerful in place, you know.
Yep.
Have you noticed when the COVID situation happened so violently, people started to appreciate the everyday workers, the people that made their coffee, that did
The grocery store workers and all that. Yeah.
And because people realize instantly, they're like, shit, we can't do any of this. We can't get any of these services without the working class, you know. But I don't know. I just pray for a better future for my son, that eventually the hate stops, the violence stops, that there's actually true reform in this nation, where everyone's on the same platform, where they have the same opportunities. It all starts with educational levels. I talked about it on stream the other day, where I went to school in Manhattan, and I was fortunate enough to go to the school because my mom worked in the area. I was one of like 3 black kids in the school, mind you, in the middle of New York City. And that's because of the whole zone structure school. All the people that went to that school were from that area. And if you have a high density of rich people, is in this country is primarily not black. There's not that much black wealth in this country. There's black money. There's not even a handful of black billionaires or millionaires. And that's the thing. It's not um, as huge,
Yeah.
prevalent, as I should say. And it just sucks overall, you know. Hopefully, it takes burning a bridge down for people to realize we need the bridge to be correct to cross the street, to cross over, you know. And that's why people are angry. That's why it sucks. I know people who own stores and their windows are getting broken, and even some of my friends who own stores and their windows are broken, they're like, yeah, I don't care, I get it, you know. You come to a point where enough's enough, you know.
Yeah.
And like, I don't condone violence, but I don't condone people putting themselves at risk. But there's that breaking point, you know. Everyone has that breaking point. It's like that levee. You can keep placing pressure on it and pressure on it and pressure on it, but if you don't fix it, eventually it's going to collapse. And that's where we are now, you know.
Well, it's very true. It's very true. I wholeheartedly agree with what you said about education, especially what you say about money, too, because as long as, you know, a lot of these protests talking about how they want police reform, criminal justice reform, and all that, but I keep thinking about it, and as long as money exists, or in terms of capitalism, in terms of like private prisons and,
Yep.
you know, these private companies being in judges' pockets and all that.
I think defunding the police is a terrible idea. Do you know why?
Why? I'll be curious to hear this.
So if you defund the police force, right, they have less resources to do their job, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not all officers are bad. Not all officers are doing stupid shit. They're not trained properly, right? Now, if there's not enough people to, you know, actually protect and serve, that's when the vigilantes and the crazies come out. That's when the bigoted majority that actually hides in plain sight feel like they can do as they please, you know. And like, look back, there was the March in Virginia where all the Klansmen and neo-Nazis were marching. Like,
the Charleston or something, or
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of this wasn't happening till, you know, they say Trump was in office, you know, whatever. But like, it's always been there. The culture's never changed, you know. People teach ignorance. Ignorance is a learn cultural, environmental thing. No one wakes up going, I hate black people. Like, you know what I mean?
It is a learned behavior. Yeah.
Yeah. No one wakes up going, oh man, I wish that guy didn't look like that. That girl, like, no one, like, that's not a natural thing. I think it's a lot of greed that drives a lot of problems in this country, and a lot of blame. A lot of people want to blame people instead of holding themselves accountable or being accountable for their actions. And yes, the system's fucked up. It's always been fucked up, you know. But it is what it is until we have change in multiple things. Defunding the police isn't going to change. It's not going to be a positive thing, in my opinion. I think they need to reallocate funds to proper training and proper hiring processes. But if you defund something that's actually supposed to serve and protect, who the hell is going to serve and protect when there's actually a problem? You know, that's like saying, all right, let's defund the military, and what are you going to do when there's an actual war? You know.
Well, let me ask you this: so do you think? I was hearing a speech. God, I think it was like by a sheriff down in Dallas or something, talking about how police nowadays feel more overworked than ever because the social services in a lot of counties and cities have been defunded and put onto the police, like being like mental health and animal control. And
so, ready? Police officers aren't trained in those regards to respond to those things properly, you know. Um, and yes, yes, some places don't have those services, so yeah, maybe they do lean on the police department, but they're not trained for it either. And don't get me started on Texas. Texas, I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, and I've never been to a GP in Dallas. I've never been to an event in Texas, and I don't plan on it. And the reason why is because where there's still sundown towns in certain areas of Texas is not a state that I want to go to, where segregation in some states in that state still exists, where
Oh,
there's
dang.
literally there's still black only towns, there's still white only towns, and like people are like, oh well, yeah, no, it's still there. And some places in Ohio feel very uncomfortable, and I've traveled all across the U.S. for tournaments. I think we marked it. I was at like 35 or 36 states. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you you start to see where things aren't how they should be. We were driving back, me, my friend Stefan, and Dave, and we were coming back from GP Columbus, and we stopped in some small town in Ohio, and to get food. And when that a community has not seen a black person, or there's no black people, when the entire food place just stops eating and stares at you, and it's kind of that like where the hell did you come from vibe, you know what I mean? And it still exists, and that's the thing is it's not people fear what they don't understand, and that's where the ignorance comes in, and the socially learned racism and whatnot, because people don't see they're not educated in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna know proper French culture. I've never been to France, you know what I mean? So, but like we know, for example, when we go to Montreal and stuff, and you go to McDonald's, they don't put ice in your drink, right? And I went with a friend. They're like, "Why don't they put ice in your drink?" And I'm like, "That's because the French don't put ice in their soda." And and those
Yeah.
it's just like how that it's a cultural thing, and just like racism is a cultural thing. It's really jacked up to say, but it's a cultural thing, It took when me and my wife got together. She goes, "I've never been pulled over this much in my life." I was like, and I've been pulled over several times, and I'm just like, I don't care. I don't have any weapons on me. Like, my license is fine. Do what you need to, Like, you can ask me whatever you want. You can. I'm very different. If you're gonna profile me, cool. I don't have anything to worry about. I don't do anything I shouldn't do. And people don't realize white people get profiled too. Because I grew up in Brooklyn. There was not very many white people in my area in Brooklyn. So if you're a white guy walking around my neighborhood at like, I don't know, 2:00 in the morning, they're gonna be like, "Dude, why are you here? Are you here for drugs or something?" And that's just because if you're someplace where you're not normally where you're the hyper minority, they're gonna look at you like, "Why aren't you here? Why are you here?" And it exists that way because of how we're not a melting pot. We still have communities that are all black, all white, all Latino, all Asian. You know what I mean? We don't have just like that melting pot. And I think that's what would fix everything. And eventually at some point where we just have a melting pot, where even if it's not just like, interracial or whatnot, but it's like communities together, like how Brooklyn's becoming. Brooklyn's like, you can go anywhere in Brooklyn now. It's like black, white, it's all just mixed, And the more the world becomes like that, the more people learn and understand each other. And the lack of understanding each other is I think it's a huge part of the problem. But
No, I mean, you talking about that just made me feel a little bit lucky that I grew up where I did. I wouldn't say that my town, especially back when I was a kid, had a huge black population, but definitely I'd have to say more, I mean, predominantly white, but a big, heavy Latino population. And, black people there. But as time has gone on, it's become, more heavier black and Latino. And I guess I've just been so used to growing up like that just having a lot of cultures around. Ever like the past 10 years, we've seen more Middle Eastern people start showing up here in Florida. And that was, I hate to use the word shocked, because it was just more of, you start seeing more like Iraqi or Turkey or Iranian, Pakistan shops, opening up, and you're just like, what the heck are these, and it's some of the restaurants, and man, let me tell you, some of the food is delicious. Holy crap. And it's, I guess it'd be different if I just grew up in an area that was just nothing but white. Like I have just one quick story, and just to try to show your point that racism is learned. I had a friend that grew up in a predominantly white area, and their family was in the Klan, and this was in Florida, up in North Florida, and it was the stories they would tell me were really, really fucked up, and they were so glad they got out of that life back when they were a teenager, because they knew if they hadn't, then they would have been just as radicalized as other Klan members you see today. And it's they were taught at a very early age to hate people that are not white, not just black people, just any other color. And it's crazy. It's scary to think that that's still happening today, that people are still teaching their children to do that shit. It makes me sick, to be honest.
The world is a crazy place. And it's always been, and it probably always will be, until something drastic happens, that it just, people realize that, what, we're just people, You would think that COVID would have changed that, but No,
I think what happens with something like COVID, since everybody's either out of work or staying inside all the time or having to work more, it's caused more stress on people. People are online more than ever. That's why I've been trying to stay away from social media, just to not get so depressed and angry about everything, and and understand that we don't have control of everything that we wish we had control of, that we can only control what we can control.
I'll teach you a way to not be as upset when you're on social media. Ready?
Yes.
Anytime you log on social media, right? And you're going on Twitter and you're seeing tweets and whatever, right? Just go like this. Man, people are fucking stupid. Yep, people are stupid. No, see, you're laughing because you have to realize people are fucking stupid. Everyone, there's a lot of stupidity out there, and if you realize to learn to to laugh at the ignorance, that it becomes easier to try to go about your day, to go about doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And a lot of people on social media, I'll notice someone will say something, and instead of being like, "Hey, why did you say that? What are you trying to say?" Instantly they get angry and get defensive, and they get like, "Oh, you shouldn't have said." You don't know what the person is saying. Maybe the person was trying to be ignorant, but just ask first. Be like, "Hey, what do you mean by that?" Give people a chance to explain themselves, and people don't give people that respect to try to voice what they're trying to say, because not everyone's good at writing their thoughts out. Not everyone's good at communicating. Remember, there's still varying degrees of education, and people get too aggressive, and don't get me wrong, I myself have learned that I can be aggressive about situations, and because I'm normally like, hey, I'm pretty blunt, you know what I mean? Like, say, Zuby, like, you do something and I'm upset with you, I'm like, dude, I'm upset at you, why did you do that? And some people will find that aggressive, but for me, I'd rather tell you that I'm mad at you and try to explain why I'm upset so we can work through it, than just sit behind a computer and be like, fuck that person, that guy's an asshole. Because it just creates more anger, more hate, and I think people lack the ability to just communicate, and I think that's a major problem.
I feel like another problem too, not only lack of communication, but people focus too much on the petty bullshit, where it's like they don't understand, and I've just been really understanding lately, getting older and just understanding how much little time we have on this earth. That
Yeah, we're a fucking blip.
it's, yeah, exactly. And I'll see people complaining about the stupid petty bullshit that's going on, like Magic Twitter, just whatever stupid petty bullshit. And I'm like, how important is that really, right?
Oh, you mean so the thing that got me the other day was the content creator thing, where people were like, "Oh my god, my thing's shut down. I can't." I'm like, "Did you guys message them to see what's up? Did you guys actually do any of the things you were supposed to?" And the thing is, people always want to point blame.
Yeah.
Like the accountability is not there. Sometimes you have to take 2 seconds to just be like, "Hey, why instead of going, I'm upset I got kicked out of the program." Just
Nope,
be
they
like,
want
"Hey."
they want the clout.
Yeah, just be like, why did I do something wrong? Is there a way I can fix it? But people are always angry, and like, yes, you're allowed to be angry. Be angry, but still try to communicate your thoughts, and try to listen and try to figure it out together instead of just being angry at people and just not being responsive,
Yeah, it's when I've been seeing shit like that, what gets me mad about that kind of shit is I wish they would put that energy towards good use to stuff that's actually important in their local community, in their state, in the world. Hey, take all that anger you have about the content creator program, put it in towards, trying to change the system or something like that. You know what I mean? Just something that's useful instead of, I got kicked out of this program, let me go cry about it.
Yeah.
But nope, we want the clout, we want the recognition, and or someone said this, oh, why are you following this person? Bullshit. I'm like, I'm fucking over it.
I hear that. It's like, I tell people all the time, ready? You're either gonna hate me or you're gonna love me. And if you hate me, at least give me the reasoning why you hate me. If the reasons sound and it makes sense and it's something I can't change, cool, go ahead, hate me. You're like if you're gonna be like, Jamal, I hate you because you're black, I'm gonna be like, well, I can't change that. Sorry, get fucked. Like, cool. If you want to be angry at me for something like stupid like that, then go ahead. If you want to be angry at me because of something I said or something that I did, cool. Be like, hey, I'm angry because you said this.
Yeah.
Or you did this. And if it's something I can change or something that I should change, I'm going to try to. I'm going to sit and do what I always do. When I feel like I did something wrong or said something wrong, there's a couple of people that I always check with to answer if my thoughts and what I did made sense.
Yeah.
And I always check with them. They don't always agree with me. Sometimes they're like, no, you were wrong. And I'll sit and I'll pay attention and I'll be like, yeah, I should probably apologize. I get what you're saying. And
Yeah.
people don't like, they don't have checks and balances sometimes, Yeah. And maybe it's just their ego, But
It happens. I don't know, man. I don't know.
all I know is I'm gonna do rude things to you tomorrow on EDH.
Well, so this podcast, as of we're recording, this podcast won't come out until next Friday. Just the way I do my release schedule and all that. So who knows?
Guys, when you see the next podcast after this one, the next, he's gonna be like, well, what happened was, no, I'm just kidding. He's probably gonna kick my ass, and then Pixie's probably gonna kick both of our asses. So.
Well, we'll see. I try not to play my degenerate decks around Pixie because I like doing Magic for normies. I don't want to stop doing that podcast. I don't want her to hate me. But if you're saying you're going to do something degenerate, then I guess I got to bring out Grand Arbiter and just say, like, you cannot play Magic at all. You want to know my only win con for that deck?
Elixir of Immortality?
No. It's Approach of the Second Sun.
Yeah.
And I've been...
That deck's a good deck. It's always been a good general. Grand Arbiter.
I've built him in a way to where I allow no fun at all.
Good. I like to not have fun.
Or I could bring Chulane and just... God, Chulane is so dumb.
Chulane's such a busted card. It's like, hey, I have a Lurin and Intruder Alarm on a stick.
It's that I can't believe that commander itself. It's dumb, but I love it. It's such a dumb commander. My newest commander that I just recently built. Ooh, Nylea. So you got the new Nylea. That's going to be your commander.
It's not even the old Nylea. It's the new Nylea.
All right, so I'm going to show you a commander, and I want you to guess to see how I built it.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a common way that it gets built. So can you see
That's
it?
the 5-color one, right? That's
yeah.
Is that Sisse?
Yeah, Sisse Weatherlight Captain, the 5-color one. So guess how I built that deck, and I have never lost a game with it yet.
Every character in your Magic deck is a female.
No, that's a good idea though.
My friend has a Sisse deck where every Magic card in the deck is a female or woman or, you know. I actually had a conversation with my wife about the term female because and we've always in Barbados said female.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's insensitive to say female now. So
it is?
Apologies for saying female. I will try to use the word women too, so I don't offend anyone.
Why is it insensitive? I've never heard this. I'm being serious. I don't.
No, I haven't. It's just something recent that's been a thing where women are not okay with the term female being used. I haven't fully educated myself on it,
Okay.
but I can.
I gotta look that up because that's weird.
So, it's some words are I can understand like it's male female, so it's like associating with male, and I guess that's the part of but woman is the same thing. It's woman. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'll have to look that up and. I say anybody listening who knows more about it, maybe they can point out some stuff we could look up. But so the card.
I just have always been. I try to be sensitive towards words I use. I know I cut the R word out of my dictionary, and every once in a while I'll still catch myself using it, but I try not to. So.
Well, I guess good thing you're not a car person.
No, we're all human, So.
So the card that will spoil what my deck is about. Like I said, I've played this deck 3 or 4 times. I've not lost with it yet, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. This card right here. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's right. You're on the other camera.
Ugh.
Sanctum of All.
Ugh.
Yes, it is Shrine Control.
This got recently added to my Nylea deck. I'm kind of excited. I haven't tested it yet.
I love that art. Really love that. I just picked up the alternate art Narset from Ikoria, the comic book art. I've been loving the comic book style. I hope they bring back that comic book style for more sets, because that's been my favorite alternate art in like forever. It's been really good.
Don't mind me. I'm just sitting here shuffling Nylea.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. So that kind of scares me. So is it completely mono green or?
This deck's just mono green. Here, let's draw 7 cards. Let's see what our hand looks like.
Because I just built a mono green deck, and I built Grun the Lonely King.
Grun, which one is that?
He is the 5/5. I think he's a giant ape king or something. And
is it the one that fights when it comes into play?
No, you're thinking of Kolga. You're thinking
okay.
So Grun the Lonely King. He's an uncommon commander. When he swings, you double the power and toughness of him, and he's got a kicker cost 2 to give him 5/1/1 counters on it. So it's basically sort of like a Voltron / giant beast deck. I do have Kolga in the deck, which I love Kolga.
Man, this deck needed shuffling.
Oh no!
Want to know how I know this deck needed shuffling?
Yeah, a bunch of lands.
I just do 2 no landers and just shuffling.
Sounds about right. So what are some cards you got in that deck?
I'll tell you the whole deck.
Sure. Let's do an impromptu deck tech right now.
So,
just so I can cry.
Let's get the lands to the side. I'll name the cards. So we have a Soul Ring, obviously. We have Garrick the Wild Speaker, Terastodon, End-Range Forerunner, E-Witness.
Ooh, E-Wit, okay.
Finale of Devastation. We have Kodama's Reach, Stone Cedar Hierophant. Are you familiar with that
Which
card?
ones that show that to the camera?
So whenever a land comes into play under your control, untap Stone Cedar Hierophant. You can tap to untap target land. A 4-drop.
Oh shit, that's OG Ravnica right there.
And Seaborn Muse,
Gross.
Llanowar Elf,
Gross.
Shamanic Revelations,
Grosser.
Dryad of the Ilian Grove,
That's a good one.
Veil
but
of
gross.
Summer, because gotta resolve things.
Gotta have a counter.
Reap. Are you familiar with Reap?
Probably. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
So it's 1 in the green. Return any number of target cards from your graveyard to your hand. You cannot choose more cards than the number of black permanents target opponent controls.
But that relies someone playing black then.
Return any number of
wait.
target cards from your graveyard to your hand. You cannot choose more than the number of black permanents target opponent controls. You can't choose more
Then
than they control.
so if no one controls any black,
Mm-hmm.
you get to return any number,
Yeah,
right? Oh shit.
I'm pretty sure that's how that wording works.
Hold on. So let me look that up again. So reap.
Yep.
Let me see if there's like an oracle text that
Oracle text.
Oh my god, that's strong or Tempest. Oh, okay, so the oracle text, return up to X target cards from your graveyard to your hand, where X is the number of black permanents target opponent controls as you cast this spell.
Yep. So they oracled that, which is fine. It's still like most of the time you get 1 permanent back too.
But still, I mean, for 2 mana, so okay, I need to put this card in some green decks here because my buddy loves playing Sir Conrad, and I fucking hate that deck. So he'll have a shit ton of black permanents out. I'll just play that, and hey, I'm gonna return my entire graveyard back. Awesome.
So this card needs to be banned, and I hope they don't ban it because I love it.
What card is that?
It's, you know how we can't have Prime Titan,
Yeah.
but we can have this thing.
Oh, Nyx Bloom?
Yeah, this card is so busted.
It's so dumb. I just I took it out of my shrine deck because I felt it wasn't very useful for it. So he just showed a Nyx Bloom Ancient to the screen here.
Then Nissa the World Waker is in the deck. Then we have
Oh, that's the M15 one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The where the -7 sets your deck for all the basic lands and they become 4/4s.
You were playing standard back then? You remember when she was like $40-$50?
Mm-hmm.
And now
But
she's like, what, $4 now or something
She's
like
still
that?
very good. The plus untapped 4 target forest, especially when you have Nyx Bloom and your lands tapped for 3.
Oh, God. Oh, gross. Get out of here. That's disgusting.
Genesis Wave, and then we have Nissa, who shakes the world. When you have that plus,
Oh, God.
then we have Wayward Sword 2. Then we have Llanowar Tribe. We're playing one Kalaga, the Titanate.
I like that one.
Vizier of the Menagerie.
Oh, that's the one from Amonkhet. Like,
Yep,
is a
you may
search
look at
for
the
a
top
card. Yeah, oh, you may look at the top card. That's right.
Yep, you may cast it from the top of your library if it's a creature.
Yeah.
Then we're playing Sylvan Caryatid, Ronus, Scavenging
Ronus.
News,
Wait, which Ronus are you playing? The
Indomitable.
Okay.
Because when you have like 150 mana, you gotta put it somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, God.
Zavala, the Heart of the Wilds.
No. Why?
Because,
So you really want to get hated out of the game?
the deck makes a lot of mana. Then
All
we have
right.
Green Sun, Azusa Lost But Seeking,
Ugh.
then Bird of Paradise. This is actually my favorite Commander Green card, and it's an uncommon.
Which one?
Kenrith's Transformation.
Wait, what is that? What does that do again?
It turns into an elk.
Oh, does it turn, what, just a creature?
Yep, into an elk, and you draw a card.
Oh,
But
so
it's a way
turn
of
someone's
dealing with-
commander.
Yeah, instead of killing the commander, it just stays on the board as a 3/3.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Or you could do the Song of the Dryad, too, on their commander.
But it's 2 mana, and you get to draw a card.
Ooh, the draw a card part. Nice. Ooh, I forgot about that. That came out, that was Throne of Eldraine, right?
Throw to Eldraine, yep.
Yeah.
Beast Whisperer, Wall of Blossom,
Nice.
Concordant Crossroads.
Which one was that again? Concordant
Crossroads. It's one in the green, and it pretty much gives all the creatures in play haste. All creatures have haste. It's a global effect.
No. Okay. I know that card. That's an older card, isn't it?
Yep.
Is that from Legends or something?
It's originally from Legends, but I have the Chronicles version.
One. You know, you don't need to pay that, extra money for the.
Yeah, this one's like $40 as it is.
Yeah.
So God knows what the other one is. Then we have Crop Rotation.
Nice.
Then we have everyone's favorite legendary.
Oh God, no! Not Vorniclex, no. All right. So tomorrow we got to take JD out first thing.
I will play this then. I could play Urza.
So we got to take JD out for first.
What if I just sit there and dirtle? Nah, bring it. I ain't scared.
Dude, that's what I love about EDH. It's I talk a lot of shit, like, oh my God, we could, but I honestly don't care. It's having a fun time, right?
Yeah, I enjoy finding convoluted, like, degenerate things to do. And it's so funny how this deck came to be, because I was just like, let's build some green cards that make a bunch of mana. And Nyx Moon Ancient is not a fair and balanced card.
It's really not, and it's so easy to get out, too. And once it's out, it's just ridiculous. You have to kill it immediately.
Yeah.
Or else things are just going to get out of control.
I've told everyone, if you untap with that card, the game normally ends. In most decks that use it, if it like, there's just nothing good that comes from that much mana.
Oh gosh!
Especially when my general says pay 3 mana. Look at the top of your deck. If it's a creature, put it in your hand.
Gross. Do you have to reveal the card with the general?
Yes.
Okay.
It says reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. Creature spells cost 1 less.
Yeah, gross. And then I just saw Ugin there too. Ugin. So my favorite deck that plays Ugin is Muldrotha. I love nagging Ugin, like board wiping. Let him die, then just bring him back out onto the battlefield over and over and over again.
Loop Ugin.
Yes, an Ugin loop. That happened on stream one time, and it was disgusting. I died, but
my favorite thing that I've done with Ugin lately has been in Standard, where I'm like, play Ugin off of Nissa, spark double my Ugin, +1 with 1, +1 with 1. Next turn, you get the ultimate one of the Ugins.
No. Oh, God. You got to send me that deck list just so I can play it and then hate myself.
Yeah. That's what I was playing earlier. Like, I started the day at, like, Diamond 4, I didn't get to play much, but I think I've lost one game on the day.
Oh, God. That sounds disgusting.
And we're at Diamond Tier 2. And, like, if I win this next match, we're at Diamond 1. And, like, I'm like, when you're like, oh, we can make Mythic again, and you're just like, or we could not.
I've never made Mythic.
We gotta change that, Zuby.
We
gotta change that.
I don't want to. I don't.
I know the feeling.
It's like I know I could make Mythic, right? My problem is I get too bored grinding the ladder. Like 1 month I grinded up to Platinum, and once I got to Platinum, I started grinding some more to try to get what's above that Diamond. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, no, I'm too bored of this. It's boring.
So do you know why you're getting bored?
Why?
Because you're getting serious and trying to play the competitive decks. You gotta just have fun, brah.
You're right, because I used to try to do that competitive circuit, do like IQs, SCG events, and PPTQs and all that, and it sort of brings me back to I started hating Magic back then because I got too competitive with it.
Yeah, people tend to always tell me my decks suck, and then like I laugh because I'll see like a month later like some variant of my deck won an event. We were playing mono white on a release, and people were like, that deck can't be that good. Like, why don't you play something real? Wins the Red Bull Championship.
Like it did.
Variant. Yeah, I'm just wow. So that's the thing. Like, just play what you want and what you enjoy, and tune it. That's the best advice I can give you. Like we'd say in chat, you know how Ratatouille says, anybody can cook,
Yeah,
anyone can play a deck. You just have
pretty
to play
much.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, my problem is right now I just don't care to play competitively because it's more of a mindset for me. I don't care about grinding the ranks and ladders, so I'll just do the play queue when I do play.
I don't blame you.
It's,
You know what the
I've
the
got
most
I've got too long of a history of being competitive because I used to do martial arts back in the day. I used to do a lot of fighting.
everybody was kung fu fighting.
Dude, I was seriously into it.
Zuby's fist was fast as light.
Not anymore. I'm fucking out of shape as shit right now, and
This podcast is brought to you by Dad Bod.
dad bod.
Dad Bod. Dad
I've
bod.
got that Thor bod. You know, I got that end game Thor bod.
I definitely have a Dad Bod.
I know.
I love Dad Bod.
And I was starting to go back to the gym back in May, and then when because the COVID cases back in Florida weren't spiking that high back in May, it was actually pretty low. And then what was it? End of May, early June, shit just started getting out of control, and it's like, nope, I'm not going back to the gym now. So I've been in the gym in like almost 2 months, and I'm going crazy. And people say, "Oh, just work out at home." I'm like, no.
It's hard to be motivated, especially if you have other responsibilities at home.
Yeah. It's like I could go work on my podcast stuff. I could go play games. I could stream. I could, I don't know, do other stuff. Just,
Sleep.
yeah.
Nah, nobody has time for that.
No, probably not. But, so where, to wrap things up here, so you've been playing Magic since '96. Have you ever made the Pro Tour or anything? You ever gotten that high?
I've had there was one year a long time ago where I started about 12 GP 6-0 and did not make day 2.
What?
That's when it was the record you needed to be was X2. They
Yeah.
just changed it recently, and I just lose my last 3 consecutively every time. The highest Magic achievement I have, I would say, I made top 8 of. You know how they used to do at the GPs? There was the second event where you could play to make it to Wizards to be part of the. I forgot what the tournament was called.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name though.
But I top 8'd one of those. I have a couple like top 16s and whatnot at opens and whatnot, but all around, haven't played on the Pro Tour yet. It was a goal of mine, but then I kind of like. So, here's my thing. I can play the game. I think I could play the game very well, but that whole luck factor thing, not a lucky person. So, you have
Yeah,
to have,
I know what you mean.
have skill and luck, and you can have all the skill in the world, but if you're an unlucky person, you're an unlucky person.
Like if you get teamed or matched up with your worst matchups for whatever format, then you're just doesn't matter how good you are sometimes.
Put it this way. Say I'm in a winning in to probably make a Pro Tour. My internet would probably go out. That's we call it JD luck in my house.
I kind of know what you mean. It's I've won a few FNMs back in my day. I've got first place in some standard and modern and draft FNMs. I pretty big stuff here.
Swag.
And I'll never forget my one. Was it the one time I got first place in an FNM? I got the guy I played up against so mad at me because I was playing Gruul Ramp during Battle for Zendikar, I think, or Oath of the Gatewatch, and I managed to pull off a turn 4 Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, in our second game to win of it. He got so mad he threw his deck out, and I laughed.
Just ruining friendships.
He was one of those guys that no one at the store liked or anything, so it was not really a friendship to be ever had.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Maybe that person has changed.
Who knows? Who knows? But all right, man. Well, I want to thank you for coming on. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So where can people find you should they want to reach out, follow you, and all that?
I'll be in your closet. Just turn on the light 3 times, turn around, and do the hokey pokey, and I'll appear. Now, you can find me on Twitch.tv. I think my handle is my name, JD Greenidge. So JD Greenidge, or at the Black Splash on Twitter. You'll just find me floating around. If you're in the streamers chat, you might see me pop up. I watch a lot of streams. And I try my best to support a lot of streamers. So.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, I look forward to our EDH match tomorrow.
Likewise.
I will try to, maybe on the next podcast episode, I'll try to report what happened and as JD kicked our butts.
As JD dies first, because everyone Armageddoned him like 12 times.
I like I said, you got to watch out for Pixie. She's the one where she'll be so unsuspecting. She'll be like,
she's gonna throw fairy dust at us.
She'll be like, "Oh, my deck's so bad," and then, boom, alpha strike you and just kill you.
Zuby, I want to say thank you very much for having me on. It was a blast.
Oh no, thank you. Oh no, thank you, and have a good day. Okay.
I will try. I'm gonna go put the little 6-year-old in the bath. He came out. He's like, "Dad, can you run a bath for me?" And I was like, 10 minutes. And I think that was about 10 minutes because he was about to come back out and be like, "Daddy, my bath."
Oh, well, I hope enjoy it at that age, because once they get older, it's yeah, like I said, I don't know what it's like raising sons, but with raising daughters, it's lovely, it's great, but then there's some days just I'm the only male in the house, and it's
I need somebody help. Just like Beatles songs playing in your background. In your
sometimes, but no, thank you again for coming on. All right,
thank you for having me. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you again for listening to the show, and thank you again, JD, for coming on. Had a great time talking with you, and hope we get to do it again. And thank you all for watching and listening, and hope you all really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all I've really got to say. Thanks, everybody, and have a good one.